Hey guys, Ambience here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat blind mode on Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Now, I'm assuming that most people already know this, but I want to say it in at least one video just in case. There are 6 challenge stars that can be collected, 4 red stars and 2 blue stars. The blue stars can be earned by combining certain challenges, which I'll talk about in future videos. For now, we're just going to focus on getting the red stars. A red star is earned by beating Night 7 with one of 4 challenges enabled. To unlock these challenges, you must first complete Night 8. If you haven't done that yet, check out the guide linked in the cards. The first of these challenges is blind mode. This can be a very intimidating challenge, but it really isn't so bad. It just requires a lot of game knowledge and some confidence. The most difficult section is when Nightmare attacks at 4 AM, as it's pretty dependent on RNG. Everything before that is easily repeatable. Now, there's a few things that you can still see in blind mode. Your mouse is still visible, and so is the loading screen, 6 AM screen, and jump scares. Otherwise, you're completely in the dark and must rely on sound cues. If you've gotten to this point, I'll be assuming that you already have good knowledge of sound cues. As such, I'll mainly focus on the most important ones as well as some that you may not have even noticed before. When you first start playing blind mode, you might end up getting lost a few times. The most important thing is to know where you are at all times. Try to picture what your screen would look like right now during a normal run. Which part of the room are you in? Is your flashlight on? Is the door closed? How many frettles are on the bed? This will help you understand exactly what is going on. Take note of my mouse movements from the start of the night and try to picture where I am and what's happening. Look where I move my mouse to turn around and where I position it to run to a door. The most tricky part of movement will be going to the closet. Your flashlight must be on the closet to go there. If you can't go to the closet, try moving slightly to the left, then try again. If that doesn't work, move slightly to the right, then try. You'll notice that I try to keep my mouse in the center of the screen before I run to the closet. This is easiest to do after turning back from the bed, which is one of several reasons that I only check the closet after the bed. At the start of the night, load everything up. Run to the left door and shine the light. Then go to the right door and do the same thing. Then check the bed. Then run to the closet and back to the center of the room. Your pattern will be door, door, bed. You can check the left and right door in whichever order you like. I prefer to check the left door first. I don't recommend tracking Foxy very much on this night, but you can if you prefer to. Instead, keep a steady pattern, and if Foxy gets close to a door, go check that door as soon as you can, even if it breaks pattern. If Foxy gets in, start a new pattern. Check the bed as soon as he gets in, then run to the closet. Hold the closet door shut for 7 seconds, then leave. From there, follow a pattern of door, door, bed, closet. Every time, hold the closet shut for 7 seconds. Wait at doors for a maximum of 3 to 4 seconds. If you don't hear breathing, flash the light and retreat. If you hear breathing, close the door and wait until you hear deep footsteps from that side. Open it up, flash the hall, and retreat. If you hear footsteps as you close the door or immediately after closing it, open it back up and wait another few seconds. It's possible for Bonnie and Chica to immediately return to a door upon leaving, and this will prevent any seemingly random jump scares. Moving on to sound cues, you'll want to listen for everything that you normally do during a night. Footsteps, breathing, the usual stuff. However, you'll also want to pay close attention to some more subtle sound cues. One of these is your own footsteps. This allows you to know when you're running to a door. When you click a door, listen to your own footsteps for confirmation that you actually did start running to the door and that you've arrived when they stop. While you're at it, listen for the sound of a door creaking when you arrive. If you hear it, you're at a door. If you don't, you somehow ran to the closet by accident and should respond accordingly. You'll hear no footsteps when turning to the bed. Speaking of the bed, start paying attention to the high-pitched demonic screeching emitted by the frettles. This is not only useful for knowing how close they are to attacking, but also how long you should keep the flashlight on when facing the bed. If you still hear screeching, keep the flashlight on. When it stops, turn back to the room. Also, I highly recommend running a stopwatch during this night, as this allows you to prepare for when Nightmare shows up, know how close you are to 6 AM, and ensure that you're waiting at the doors and keeping the closet shut for the correct amount of time. That's about it for the 12 to 4 AM segment. Keep to a pattern, listen carefully, and keep a firm picture in your mind of where you are at all times. Next, I'll talk about Nightmare, known to some as that broken abomination of utter bull, and to others as what the actual is that. Nightmare is the reason why this mode simply isn't winnable sometimes. Most of the time, he's pretty easy to deal with. Wait in the center of the room and listen for his footsteps. Once you hear them stop, run to that side and hold the button to close the door as you run. Once you hear footsteps running away from the door, open it and leave. During blind mode, do not shine the flashlight at the door for him under any circumstances. It is completely pointless and can get you killed sometimes. Note that his footsteps seem to take a longer time to completely stop on the left, and it can be hard to tell sometimes. I recommend waiting just a bit longer. When he laughs, that's what causes the issue. Despite what you may have heard, it is impossible to truly tell a real laugh from a fake laugh using audio alone. You have time to check the bed, and from there, it's a split choice of checking the closet or the door that you last heard him at. I recommend checking the door. As soon as you hear him laugh, hold the flashlight on the bed and listen for loud static. If you hear it, keep the light on until it stops, then continue tracking Nightmare. If you don't hear any once the light comes on, turn back around and run it to the door that you last heard him at and hold the door shut. At this point, you're better off committing to your choice and holding the door shut until you either hear footsteps again or die. Nightmare can take a while to leave sometimes, and you probably won't be able to get to the closet in time anyway. If Nightmare just started running when you heard laughter, you may have time to check the closet as well. Briefly check the bed, then run to the closet and flash the light for a split second. If you don't hear static, retreat and run to the door as fast as you can. You may be able to still make it out, although I don't recommend relying on this. Well, that's about it. Unfortunately, blind mode is somewhat reliant on RNG during the later sections of the night, but keep up these techniques and you should be able to get a winning run within the first few tries. Playing in blind mode will feel disorienting at first, but you'll get used to it over time. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or to join my community Discord server, which is linked in the description. By joining the Discord server, you can get personalized tips from top FNaF players, including myself, TruePlayer, and others. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this guide. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.